Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Division D West. My name is Bahamut. We have a Nexus Gaming Series matchup for all of you at home. We've got the cool Cats and Kittens on the left-hand side and Blood, Bath, and Beyond on the right-hand side. As we said, Division D West. But let's go ahead and check out how we got to Volskaya Foundry for game number one. Home team this evening is going to be members of Cool Cats. They lost the coin flip. They opted to ban out Alterac Pass and Sky Temple. The members of Bloodbath and Beyond opted for first pick for game number one, banning out Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow. As the members of Cool Cats and Kittens have map pick priority, they've chosen to take us to Volskaya Foundry here for game number one of our final best of three. Let's get back into our draft and find out what we've got thus far, as a Greymane and an Anduin band will be coming through. Now, Greymane, yeah, overall very versatile. Anduin, very strong healer as well. May is banned out. For anyone wondering, May is not available in NGS for the rest of Season 9. If you wanted to play Mal'Ganis, maybe in a couple weeks you can, because I believe they are banned out for 2 weeks. But at this point, they're going to waste the Mal'Ganis ban. Either it's a big old flex, or I don't know. Maybe they didn't realize. Who knows? Greymane Cassie on the left-hand side to be banned. We have an first pick Chromie, huh? Well, Sky Foundry isn't a bad Chromie map. I'm just very surprised by a first pick Chromie out the gate. They're just like, all right, cool. Like we're gonna roll this Chromie and we're gonna just throw sand at you and dump that consistently into your back line. More sand. just the up-teen exclamation points right there. I love it so much. Li Ming actually, so strong mage picks initially out the gate from both these sides, as a Ragnaros is going to be grabbed. I actually really like the Ragnaros grab right there. Just his overall map pressure is really strong. I think he's actually pretty undervalued. I think he's a strong bruiser-ish assassin. I like him quite a bit. Lucio and Joanne will be grabbed for a little bit of speed boost. You also have the reverse amp. You've got the sound barrier for a little bit of a pause in a team fight, so that could work out fairly well. If Ragnaros goes into Sulfurous Smash, you can maybe mitigate that damage, or even just sustain through the Lava Wage if you're chasing someone. Second round of bans coming through. They do need something like melee, a little divey. I'm trying to think here what I would maybe go for, or maybe even sustain. Like Rainer's not bad, Hanzo's not bad. They're gonna get rid of the Leoric though. They don't want to deal with that in the solo lane. I'm trying to think like what's the most impactful thing they can get rid of, and I was like maybe ranged, maybe melee. Like Maiev actually wouldn't be horrible of a ban, but I don't know if anyone's gonna be playing that. On the left hand side, they do need a main tank. They need a healer as well. Ana's not a bad idea. Nano boosted Li Ming or Ragnaros is still terrifying. I don't think they're gonna go into any sort of extra damage, but they're gonna get rid of the Murden, so they'll ban out a tank that they think is gonna lock someone down that Ragnaros and Li Ming can really get some more value from. Ektar redeeming the bandit treat. We'll get that. We'll try and get it in between the loading screen for this. If not, remind me after our game. Thank you so much, Ektar. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my friend.
Chaos comes.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Change is upon us.
I wasn't expecting a Cho'Gall ban at all. I got money on this. Get me that win. I might consider a throw. Punk, not in my chat. Come on, Punk. We don't need a transcript of you trying to throw. There's NGS staff in here. I'm having a better evening now that Cho'Gall is in the game. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Uther gonna be coming through.
No man.
Why not Ariel? Why not Rhaegar? Why the Uther? Huh. Oh, Division D. Exactly, True J. Exactly. How you doing, bud? That was the perfect reaction to a Cho'Gall pick? Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. All right, well, the Uther I'm not 100% sold on, but you know what? We got first things first. You want a treat? Come here, bud. Come say hi to stream. Can I high five? You good boy. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you, Ektar, for redeeming the treats. Big Thonk? I don't know. Divine Shield Cho? I like yes, but at the same time, like, why not just Ariel for Resurrect? Like, Divine Shield, cool, but like, why not just Resurrect? I'm unsure. I see the angle for the Uther. I see where they're coming from on this. I get it. I just don't know about it. I just don't know whatsoever. But you know what we do know? We're in game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. We're going to be seeing Des Gork on the Cho'Gall, carrying a horse the proper way to be mounted. Cathael, I think. I'm so very sorry for murdering your name. Is going to be on the Li Ming. Desperado is going to be on the Uther. Beowulf will actually be on the Ragnaros. The Cho'Gall is going to be played by Descolada and Gork. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Bloodbath and Beyond. We've got Rackham on the Joanna. We've got Wraithling going to be on that Sylvanas. Diet Llama on the Lucio. Lexi's going to be on the... Oh my god. On the Dahaka. And Pumpkin Pirate going to be on that Chromie. Let's look at our level 1s. Blast Wave for the Ragnaros. Huh. Okay. A little bit more of that PvE or PvP style, I think, because you are going to be throwing that. Well, I would say like, because like all of them are PvP. Like you're gonna smack people with Empower Sulfurious with the Sulfurious Hungers at level 1 as well. But I think this is maybe just playing into the fact that they'll be throwing this onto the Cho'Gall. That's what I mean, kind of by the PvP, or maybe as a support talent. Maybe that's a better way to verbalize that. Is Lexi? I don't think we'll go down. I didn't see if there was a shifting meteor for them to drop, but this Ragnar's just playing aggressive in the bottom lane. Dahaka did already have to tap well. Lucio down here to try and help out. I don't know. Dahaka might have had to use Essence as well. Either way, though, we do have our snow accumulation, 242 shielding onto the players. Why is it different on this map? The other map was 224. This map is 242. I'm not crazy, right, chat? Wagcam? Wagcam's best cam. What's happening? I don't. You tell me, Rack. You're the one playing in the game. Yeah, I don't. I'm not crazy, right? It was 224 on Infernal Shrines. Why is it 242? Is it different per map? Because it doesn't scale. It doesn't scale per minute or anything like that. It's just a base number, unless the tooltip's borked. It scales with level. Wait, really? No, because we checked it on Infernal Shrines and it was 224 as the entire game went on, unless the tooltip's broken. Or I'm completely insane and I never read it correctly. But like, I don't know. That's weird. That's super weird. We'll check it as the game progresses. Anyways, we're going to be having just mid lane pressure. Lucio going to take a big old combo right there. Uther is Hammer the Lightbringer at level 1. I expect this to be Pursuit of Justice. Holy Fire actually at level 4. Okay. All right. Bit of a different build. Ragnaros will be going to Catching Fire at level 4. Pretty sure it scales. I swore it didn't, but we'll look. We'll look as the game progresses here. Just remember, it was 242 at the start of this game. When we did look at it, it was 242. I don't know, does Lexi get down out of this? Or just, do they get out of this? Not even down out of this, just, do they get out of bottom lane? Ooh, front towers allow you to dive more because they don't have armor reduction anymore. Or we can bug report it on the forums. Yeah, it might be a tooltip thing. I don't know if it scales. That's sorry, I know like I'm hung up on this right now. It's just like, I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head, and I should just focus in on the game. So let's do exactly that. Control point's gonna be opening up for a 6 up on both sides. No 7 talent tiers. Cho'Gall is just gonna be aggressive in this mid lane. They do get the wave cleared. No 7 talent tiers. They're about a halfway for both teams. Li Ming gonna throw a combo in right there. We don't have any sort of camps coming out just yet. It looks like, as they do force the Cho'Gall out. Gonna throw a couple combos in. This Li Ming is almost, K is almost gonna find themselves a kill for this team. Can actually backstep or sidestep the Dragon's Breath from Pumpkin Pirate. Or it's Punk Arcade Pirate, I think it is. I'll just go with Pirate. Cho'Gall with the, I was gonna say Jet Propulsion in, but no, they actually went for the Surging Fist in, and then they find the initial kill on onto the Dahaka. Nice time trap to buy a little bit of time. They did go into, what is it, Chronic Condition, so it's gonna be slow movement speed. So it'll be a movement increase for the friendly members and a speed debuff for the enemy members by 30%, I believe, on both sides, yes. For 3 seconds as well. Yo, Vita, what's up? Right in time for NGS playoffs and about the end of this season. Super weird. Well, all the devs purposefully make changes during these critical moments in these seasons because they like to mess with the players. Nah, I have no idea if they might honestly even know. They might just have their own internal schedule and they just release based on what they have. I honestly wonder. Punk Rock Pirate, thank you so much. I wonder if they do know. I wonder if they do actually consider some of the grassroots leagues and stuff that like CCL and Method Mayhem and all that kind of stuff that's happening. I wonder if they actually consider any of that. I've always been curious. I know some of the devs like do watch like casts and stuff like that. I've seen them in Twitch chats. So just interesting. 8's up on both sides. They will be Trigger Protector, first one of the game, going over the side of Bloodbath and Beyond as they chase in on to this. Oh my god, Lucio gets the push off and almost found the kill right there. Not the kill, the steal onto that. But let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers. Also, Chromie finished out Deep Breathing already. Not bad. Not bad 5-minute Deep Breathing. Devs hate us, confirmed. They don't hate us. They don't. The next time, if I get to talk to Kyle, dates, because whenever I see him in an event, I talk his ear off for like 45 minutes and then apologize for the entire time. He's like, you're fine, don't apologize. I like hearing all this feedback, so, oh yeah, here. 319, okay. 319. I swear to God, though, on Infernal Shrines, when we checked it as the game progressed, it was still 224. So maybe it's bugged on some maps, maybe it's not on others. But I swear to God, when we were on Infernal Shrines, it was 224 as we checked throughout the entire game. I'll have to go back and look at my VOD. Maybe I'm absolutely insane and I don't know how to read numbers. It's pretty common for me, honestly. 10 talent here are going to be coming through in just a second on both sides. Funny enough, even with the 2 kills that they have on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, Bloodbath and Beyond will be able to find 10 talent here first. Temporal Loop for the Chromies. There's really... Well, they do have a Cleanse from Uther. I didn't look and see if they took Cleanse at level 7, though. We'll have to check and see after we go through the rest of these talents. Desgork will grab the camp for top lane. Control point B is going to be up. I don't 100% know. I didn't look at when the timer was going to be happening with that one. Poor Kyle. No, he's fine with it. They don't hate us, they just don't care about us. No, I disagree with that, Neon Green Monkey. I think the devs definitely care about their community and the game and the people in it. I just think that sometimes people who want to make good and positive changes for games aren't able to voice their opinions based on their position or other things within companies. Sometimes people use their power and their position to flex what they want over what maybe someone suggests that's stronger for a game. Who knows? Maybe you know, maybe it comes down to the quarter projections. You know, having a good quarter for your investors. Oh, they're gonna throw that out. They're gonna throw out the runic bomb and just gonna be poking at them here and there. Catching fire for the wailing arrow, temporal loop. There's a blessed shield. There is, by the way, there is no cleanse from Uther as well. They went into Guardian of the Ancient Kings. Because cleanse for Uther is at 7, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong on that. No bully. No, totally, no bully. I'm just looking through our heroics as well because I didn't look at the opposing side. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Twisting Nether. No Shadowbolt Volley, but Twisting Nether is still very strong, especially in a grouped up team fight. They just need to make sure that they're not going to potentially use the Hammer of the Twilight to knock people back and then using the Twisting Nether on top of that because that's just anti-synergistic, of course. They probably want to go for like Divine Storm, Twisting Nether, then use the Hammer of the Twilight Hammer to be able to... Hammer of Twilight to be able to kind of maybe control the fight a little bit more, much like how Yrel uses the righteous hammer to knock people around. That is a 15-second cooldown, so not the longest in the world. 13 talent here will be in favor for the members of Bloodbath and Beyond, as Cool Cats and Kittens are looking to just get onto this point. Ragnaros is hearthing down in bottom lane. I thought they were 1v1ing into Lexi. Not the case, as they're going to be getting a lot of good damage onto the Soother. Temporal Loop coming through, making sure they don't group up around them, but they end up going down. They actually were a couple seconds off from getting their Divine Shield, I think, or Divine Storm. Like, Sorry, no quarter. Yeah. Do you think that with the Mixer thing, do you think that's going to be a similar thing to Activision Blizzard when they canceled HCC? Like, I know people lost their jobs. Like, this is a very serious thing, and it sucks for those people, and I feel awful for them. Like, it's super crappy to find out from a tweet from a major company that you no longer have a job. Much like how it's really, really unprofessional to just email multiple people, well, you know, hundreds of people and cancel an entire esport. Do you think that Microsoft claims a strong quarter for their investors? That's the one thing that I thought about when I saw that yesterday. Sorry, I know we're a little sidetracked on those things, but it just popped in my head. Anyways, objective phase. They're going to be trying to step up. They're going to try and step onto this and stop it from going over the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. Desgork is getting a little bit low. There's going to be the Twisting Nether as well. They dump a bunch of damage here. Lucio's just going to be just playing around this wall and wall riding and doing so very well. They actually don't lose anyone. That will be the Ragnaros going down, as well as the Uther, unfortunately, and that will be a second Triglav Protector for Bloodbath and Beyond. Oh, and Wraithling needs to be careful. They're going to go for the keep in top lane. Or no, actually, huh? And I said keep, I meant fort. Are they just going to play for bottom? Are they just going to look for control point C kind of set up and control here? Mixer is slightly better, but yeah, seems about the same. I don't know. Like, it's such a bummer to hear, honest to God. Like, I never use Mixer, but that was people's careers, lives. They put so much into that, and you just decide that it's, you know, we're gonna give it to Facebook, and that's it. Deuces. Bye bye. We're out. 16 talent here. Isolation did go out. 16 talent here right around the corner though. I think Lexi was trying to make some play happen with the Isolation, maybe stepping in for a Tongue Drag and being able to pull them back, and the Triglav Protector finds the last bit of damage. Who knows? They do push up top lane a little bit. The fort is a little bit low over there. Mid lane just got the front gate, and bottom lane they actually stave off the Triglav Protector from getting towards the fort, but they still lose their well as well as the front gate. 16s though in favor for the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. They're going to just try and back up with this Triglav Protector as it does run out of time. Chromie's standing on this point. Divine Storm coming out from the Uther. Lexi steps in. That's going to be a burst onto Chromie, and they find that kill. Lexi does burrow into the ground. They do have the tunneling claws as you see them back off, but unfortunately they find a Li Ming and they're just trying to get away. Unfortunately, they find enough damage with the Gall. That will be Rackham going down as well, and that's going to be a 3 for none, and now they can kind of make some work happen in this bottom lane as Li Ming will hearth back to make sure they're full on mana. We do have the... Oh my god, Ragnaros up in top lane. Beowulf is going to grab this camp as Sylvanas grabs the camp on the right-hand side.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
I loved Mixer as a piece of software. It was so smooth and great. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Worst thing is, from what I've heard, Mixer is technically a superior platform, whereas Facebook... Does anyone remember Heroes of the Dorm when it was on Facebook only? Because... I don't, because I didn't watch that year because it was on Facebook and I literally couldn't watch it. Like, this stream was so bad, I legit couldn't watch the games, and I remember having to, like, try and find them because they eventually uploaded them to YouTube or something like that, and that's the only way I watched it. But, like, I couldn't watch, like, Dorm 1 year live because it was on Facebook, and that was, like, the year Facebook gaming. It was a nightmare. Anyways, Wraithling is going to be trying to get out of here. Sound Barrier comes out from the Lucio to buy some time. They're now going to try and turn this around. They do have a good amount of damage from Chromie. He does arrive with the Temporal Loop. There's a wave of haunting wave... Not haunting waves, Wailing Arrow came out. I could not think of that name, but that was such a good molten block from the Cho'Gall to just stop the Temporal Loop, because I think they would have gotten picked off if they did not pop that molten block from level 13. Very well played. 60-second cooldown. What's the cooldown on Temporal Loop? Isn't it like 30 or something like that? It's actually 50. So there'll be a 10-second deficit between those two, so as long as they play safe for those 10 seconds, they'll be fine, as they're now just trying to push themselves out of here. They're going to use the Twisting Nether. That doesn't seem to force the enemy team away. Sylvanas chasing in. Li Ming is just like, I can throw out damage, but that's all I've got, as they actually force back the Lucio. The Cho'Gall gets out with some 80 health, and they find a double kill. Tongue Drag from Dahaka does come out. Li Ming is trying to burn down Wraithling. Uther does have the Isolation. That will be a Temporal Loop, and Biotic Emitter was used, but not enough to keep them alive. They end up going down, and that's going to be a 1 for 2 overall in the trade department. Top lane does have a sliver of health on this fort. We're talking 35 health on that fort, as Cho'Gall could just sneeze on it. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Beowulf is going to clear things out and get ready for our control point C, Triglav Protector. Check the amount. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm very, very sorry. Would you say Twitch is getting worse? I don't know. I can't really talk on that. Like I don't know. I honestly don't know. That chase, yeah. I honestly can't talk to like. I'd be talking on my ass if I was, because I just don't know. Like, there's drama. There's definitely drama that I see here and there, but I don't follow enough of it. Isolation did go onto the Cho'Gall as they do pop the Molten Block as well. They do find the kill on Sylvanas with the Twisting Nether. Also, you are a Molten Block, but Gull can still deal damage. Cho's the only one who really can't do anything, so you're still taking damage from that Cho the entire time. Double Lava Wave in top and mid as the Cho'Gall in the late half of this game is really starting to turn on. They do have a solid 2 kills ahead of the enemy team, as well as a level and a half Isolation. So much damage. Holy crap. Sorry. What? Deafening Blast. I saw so many silences. I was like, who silenced right there? And I forgot about Deafening Blast at level 16. Okay. And they also have Runic Feedback, which is just absolutely insanity. Twitch is catching up to Mixer? That's a weird sentence to read. Because, you know, like, Mixer came out after Twitch. Like, somewhat at decent pace. Okay. Temporal Loop. Punk Rock Pirate, so very low, is able to get out right there. Molten Core from Ragnaros gets a huge swipe. They're looking at Wraithling. They don't get the Howling, excuse me, the Banshees out, as there's going to be a bit of a light show coming out from the Li Ming, but they don't find a kill onto Punk Rock Pirate, who might be going for a bit of a poke here. The Molten Core is going to end. They're still poking on this core. Jonah's up in about 0 seconds, and Trigger Protector now walked in. And they're on core with this. Can they take game 1 with control point C Trigla Protector? Desgorkus stepping in. Isolation does connect onto them. Just throwing out a little bit of damage with Li Ming as the Trigla Protector with 60-some% of its health still up. That's going to be core falling rapidly. Game 1 going over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. GG. Well played. Okay, who canceled my Mixer account? Microsoft. GG's indeed. Find out if they want to do first pick or map pick. Zang, how you doing, bud? True J, thank you for the follow. I think the Cho'Gall really caught him off guard, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Cho'Gall, it struggled in the beginning, but this Cho'Gall, as the game progressed, this is way too difficult to deal with. So we're just finding out what the teams want to do here really quickly. Did I message the wrong person? No, I just, my notes are bad. That's why. Yeah, my notes are just bad. Or my handwriting is very bad. That's what it is. Cho ban incoming. I think we get a Cho and Gall ban. You gotta ban both. Otherwise, they still get it. Kappa. Alrighty, that's all set. Let's go ahead and update all of our stuff, and let's get a lobby going here for game number 2. So far, blue side, most OP side, and here's the Storm, as we have had, well, a 2-0 from our first best of 3. Spoilers. Who is on the left? Beowulf. Invite to game. What's a Cho? Punk rock. So we're going to Battlefield. Battlefield has the stealth. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is our only best of three, or our last best of three of the evening. So I don't think we're going to continue, mostly because it is getting very, very hot in this room. Like it is insanely warm in here. I really need to figure out a good way to just, well, I think I just deal with it and I just get used to it being this hot. Because it's been, it was cold for a long time for us. So like I was just like, oh, it's nice and cozy. Like I can wear a sweater. And I can wear like athletic shorts and it's perfect. Like I don't have to have the heat on. Like it was just right for the longest time. And now we're in our summer phase up here and it is also, I can't open up windows because we have all of our pine pollen because it's June and June is the most insane month. Murda, as I am rambling about absolutely nothing, thank you for the raid. Welcome everyone from Murda stream. I hope you had a wonderful, I'm assuming a cast this evening? Murda RG. There we go. Wait, did they kill West server? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it now just says North America when you try and set up a server. Or when you try and set your preference. Middle America's boring, flat, and smells like poop. Exactly, Covey. Exactly. Kaleo clipped that, and like so many people were like, what, like, also, Weenus has it on the soundboard immediately. That team said they're ready. That team says they're ready. Okay, going. Good luck, have fun. Spooky worm. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on into game number 2. Let me double check our settings. Yes, those are all good. That's all set. All right, let's go ahead and get on into game number 2 here. We will be finding ourselves on...
Battlefield of eternity.
Oops. Welcome in everyone to Division D West. My name is Bahamut. We are here, as I said, on Battlefield of Eternity with Cool Cats and Kittens up 1 in our best 3 series and Bloodbath and Beyond trying to take us to game number 3. But I know if you just came from Murder Stream and you're wondering how we got here, I got you covered, my friends. Home team this evening is going to be the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. They lost the coin flip initially. They banned out Alterac Pass and Sky Temple. The members of Bloodbath and Beyond opted for first pick for game number 1, banning out Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow. Volskaya Foundry was the first map chosen by Cool Cats and Kittens. They won that. The members of Bloodbath and Beyond can either choose first pick or map pick priority. They have chosen first pick for game number 2, giving map pick back over to Cool Cats and Kittens, who have decided to take us to Battlefield of Eternity. And let's get back into our draft and see what we have thus far. There is going to be a Cho ban. Looks like Cassie is going to be banned out as well. I'm in the wrong channel in Discord, as I just realized. Whoopsie. I just like to monitor the actual like Division D or Division I'm casting channel in case there's any issues. So they ban out that. Do we see another Mal'Ganis ban even though he's banned out from NGS? No, it's going to be Anduin right there. For anyone wondering that came over from Murda stream, May is banned out until the end of season, or excuse me, basically May's banned out until season 10 of NGS. And Mal'Ganis is banned out, I believe, for these first 2 weeks, so we might see them in one of the final weeks or 2 weeks of, excuse me, the playoff format. Fog map? Yes, it is the fog map, indeed. If I remember, there's only Central now. Is that it? Is it only Central? Like, did they legit kill West? Ooh. I was thinking that we still had West, but it just used the max priority from the group. We'll have to see. I'll have to try and just play a game and see where it kicks me to when I just play it on my own.
Here we go again.
First pick Chromie though. It's strong. Joanna will be grabbed. Blinds are really impactful. Do we get another Li Ming very early? Because I actually like Li Ming on this map as well. I think the Li Ming in the last game popped off quite well and got the resets they were looking for. West die? I don't know. I don't know if they actually killed it. If they did, that'd be weird. That'd be super weird if they just killed off an entire server. I'm not gonna lie, like, as someone who lives in West, like, ping isn't the biggest thing for me. Like, I can't be like, oh, I didn't get my Q off because my ping's so high. I don't play at that level. I'm not that good. But still, like, ping is ping, and it still makes my life a little bit more difficult. Though, pick before ban phase, it's actually going to be the Muradin, huh? So maybe the Muradin was a target ban last game, and that's the reason we saw that come out very early for them. My game says I'm on West. Okay, Tin. Cool. All right. So it's one of those things that you just have no control over anymore. Because here's what it looks like. Can I even show it? This is it. These are your options. These are your options for servers. My ping in Central is not 41. My ping in West is about 41. So I think it's, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Rhaegar was banned out as they don't want to deal with any sort of bloodlust from them. Not the biggest bloodlust comp, but you definitely could get value from it. Especially if you go into like something melee-ish for the solo lane. Something like a Thrall could work out really well with that Rhaegar. I actually would have really loved to see that, not gonna lie. Ban on the right-hand side, though, they need some sort of damage. So Greymane, Hanzo, Li... I actually think Li Ming was really strong in the last game. Man, get rid of it. I think they still have 2 servers, you just can't select anymore. I think exactly that, Zul Rules. Exactly that. I'm going from 10 MS on web to 50, 100 on Central. Something you can feel. Ouch. Yeah, I go from, I think, like 30, 40 to like 70, 80 from West to Central. Ragnaros once again, strong solo lane. They still need race potential though, unless they're going for the brawl. But that's a lot more difficult of a tactic in my opinion to go for. They're gonna grab that Rainer that does give them some sustained damage and also gives them some race potential as well. The Exterminator was nerfed a little bit ago, just to reduce some of that damage.
I'm in.
Huh. Kira for the solo. I don't hate it. Into the Ragnaros, it actually could be strong. We'll see.
I will not be denied.
And then a Gul'dan to round things out, huh? I guess you do have Horrify for a little bit of control. Ooh, Lexi just getting... Duke not even remembering Lexi? Oof. Oof. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for cheering on your friends. This is looking like our draft for game number 2 here for Battlefield of Eternity. I hope you're all enjoying the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And thanks again, Murda, for the raid. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thanks for bringing all your friends over here and supporting the community and such and so forth. Sorry, I just saw Vita's what Vita said in Totsky's Discord, and it was like same. Because I have to miss a lot of Totsky's streams because my stream starts like an hour or so into hers. So it's just like, cool, I can catch an hour, and then I have to like eat dinner, and then by the time like I'm able to sit and watch it, like it's like 10 minutes till I have to stream. Ready to see some Kira plays? I'm excited about this. The Kira in the solo lane, it's something that like I'm not 100% on. Like I've heard it be strong into some heroes. I've heard that she can dominate into Rexxar, but I don't know. I really don't know in this situation how she's going to work out. I think she can be strong into Ragnaros, but Ragnaros had a great game in our last one. So, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much, Murda. You as well. I miss you, bud. I miss our BlizzCon adventures. I miss staying in that house with all of you. That was so much fun. I'll never forget that. All right, let's go ahead, get on into game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. We're going to be seeing Calthiel on the... oh my god, on the Gul'dan. Desperado's going to be on that Lucio. Gork is on the Joanna, or excuse me, on the Rainer, it looks like. We've got Descalada on that Joanna, and in the solo lane on the Ragnaros is Beowulf on that Ragnaros. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Bloodbath and Beyond trying to take this to a game number 3. Dialama is going to be on that Kira. We've got Punk Rock Pirate on the Chromie once again. Lexi's going to be on the Ariel. Wraithling going to be on the Vala, and Rackham going to be on this Muradin. Sorry, I'm just showing vision so they can see. This is vision for our blue team. Punk Rock Pirate walks up to Descaletta. Interesting start of the game right there. I'm not gonna lie, that was an interesting start. But Dwarf launch, excuse me, Dwarf block for the Muradin here, huh? I wonder if we get like full Dwarf Toss build, as that's a whole lot of damage onto this Joanna, who ends up getting picked off. First blood over to the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. They're already looking to say, you know what, we want that little bit of early game experience, but we want to show that we are ready to go to that game 3. Game 1 was just a Cho'Gall fluke. Let's check out the top lane. Sorry, I'm looking at the mini map as well as the talents and everything like that. I want to see how they're gonna play into each other, especially with this fog at the first 40 seconds of the game. Chasing to tower range, but they get forced back right there. Seems like it's a pretty even matched 1v1 in this top lane. Do they see? Ah, she doesn't see him. I was curious if that was like trying to bait her into the middle of the lane or something like that, but they didn't even see them hearthing in the middle of lane. Lexi, though, just generating some hope from the bush. They do have that crown on the, looks like on the Gul'dan, actually. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, not even the Gul'dan's on the opposing side. On the Chromie, as they actually find a kill onto the Gul'dan as well. So they're going to go up 2-0 in those kills, pushing themselves a little bit more in that experience department up, but not by a whole lot. We're seeing, what, a sliver it looks like? What does this actually break down to? Just shy of 700 experience, but even then, we're not even seeing that in deficits when it comes to minion experience. This is still a little bit more so in favor. Oh my god, Wraithling is able to get out with his sliver of health. Punk Rock Pirate trying to back off as well. Does throw in a little bit of damage, does have that deep breathing at level 1, trying to finish those out at 11 out of the, 13 out of the 25 stacks onto that one. Gul'dan's back. Do they have a... No, they actually throw everything onto Rack, and Rack is actually able to not get out alive. The Fell Flame finds them, as the first objective will be announced here in the next 40, actually in 10 seconds, up and available in about 40, as the camps, well, no one going for those just yet, but now's just about the good time to rotate out and grab those. But it looks like they want to try and push in this bottom lane a little harder here, trying to open things up for themselves, not going to go for that camp immediately. Covey found it. Thank you so much, Covey. That's sad? Wait, what's sad? Sorry. We're on delay stream, so I have no idea what I say half the time. Oh, right. Weather. What's up, Giggle? You know, sometimes it's a little foggy on Battlefield of Eternity. Diet's just going to poke on to this Ragnaros, but they've got friends coming up here, and if they play this a little too aggressive... Unfortunately, they stepped out a little too quickly right there, but we actually have Ace in the hole level 1 for the Rainer, so just going to be getting more damage from those slowed rooted and stun targets, right? No, slows and stuns, not roots. Objective phase, at least the first half, has gone over in favor for the members of Cool Cats and Kittens. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm reading this backwards. Bloodbath and Beyond. I'm all over the place with this right now. And they're still poking onto this. Beowulf is zoning. Gork has some race coming out from that Rainer, but they can see that happening, so they know it's a 4v5 in their favor. But when do they step into them? That's the big thing, is how do they step into this enemy team? Beowulf just throws a little Molten Blast on themselves, or Furnace Blast. There is going to be a Detainment Strike, I believe, from Ariel to force them back. Voyager's trying to find a way into this, but there's just going to be some zoning stunts coming out from the Immortal. Meanwhile, the Rainer's still just peppering. Gork just peppering onto this Immortal, while they're just brawling back and forth. And if they can find a kill, that'd be huge for them. They actually do find Wraithling. Is there enough damage? I don't know. Damage over time from Gul'dan, and that's also going to be well down for the next 2 minutes from them too. So they will not have that well up and available. Their full race comes out, and that will be first Immortal over to Bloodbath and Beyond, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very close, as they're going to hearth back on the left-hand side and get prepared for this top lane defense. Going to pre-tap the well for at least a couple of these players. Oh, that you can't watch more Totski? No, absolutely. That is a very, very sad thing. Like, it actually, it kills me a little bit that I can't watch most of her streams. But to be honest, I'm not excited about it. Well, I hope maybe playing changes your mind. I don't know. I haven't played enough with it to really have a consensus on it. From a casting perspective, I don't hate it. I don't think it's a very dramatic change. I haven't done any maps with the Lightning Storm. I've only done fog and snow maps, but it doesn't feel like it changes the game where it's breaking, but it also doesn't feel like it really does like anything massive. Like, it's not like the tower aggro changes where like the playstyle is completely different. At least in the games that I've cast tonight. Obviously, we are in day 0 of all of this, so it's a little bit harder for me to kind of really gauge anything. But right now, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's the most insanely massive change, but hey, we'll see as the weeks progress and maybe teams figure out how to make playstyles or compositions around this. Camp will be stolen in top lane, 8-7 in our levels, 3-2 in kills, and Detainment Strike from Lexi to force them back. Another Immortal phase shouldn't be too far off, as Diet is just putting some pressure onto Bayo in bottom lane. Gonna continue to force this up. That will be a Temporal Loop. Chromie taking, oh my god, Gul'dan's gonna get just smacked by the sand right there, and that will be a kill. 3 up on both sides. Lightning Shield negates hero stealth. Go butt. All right. I don't have much, but please accept this bit before I have to go. Ara, thank you so much for the 1 bit. You did not have to do that. I'll resend your alert when we get out of game, but you did not have to, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well out there. 10s up are going to be coming through in a second. We have looked at these talents for quite some time, so let's go ahead and cycle through the damage, experience, and healing that's happened so far in game number 2 here on Battlefield of Eternity in our second and final best of 3 of the evening. Another objective phase will be up. We do have another fog storm, fog wave, fog cloud, foggy weather, let's just say that, is going to be coming through here, so we do have a little bit of that factor if they try and play around that, but there's a lot of body blocking onto Diet, who does get the grapple, but unfortunately not enough, and they end up getting picked off. Gul'dan and friends will be working on this Immortal, but it looks like Vala and the rest are really getting that pressure onto this Immortal phase, and Bloodbath and Beyond, they're looking for this game number 3. They're saying that Cho'Gall game, as I said beforehand, was a fluke, and not anything to gauge them off of. They also do have a camp pushing in top lane in favor for the members of Bloodbath and Beyond, but they end up diving so very deep to go get the Chromie, and they manage to do exactly that. Lava Wave through top lane will mitigate some of this, but it's not going to clear out the Shaman itself. We're going to be seeing, what, quarter of its health going down, maybe a little bit less than that. Raynor on the left-hand side with the Raider as well, so they've got good sustained damage into the Immortal on the left-hand side while the friendly team just zones, and if they can't step into this, this will definitely be second Immortal phase over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, and I think that's exactly the case, especially also the fact that they do have 10 talents here on the opposing side. Blessed Shield was already ripped at some point. Stormbolt doesn't connect. They group them up. That's going to be a lot of damage. Horrify comes out from Gul'dan, kind of saving a couple of them. They do have the time stop from Chromie. It looks like they did go into chronic illnesses, right? Chronic conditions, which is going to be a speed boost for 30% for 3 seconds for the friendly members that are time stopped, and it's going to be the reverse for the enemy team. So a 30% slow for 3 seconds. Oh my god, for 33 seconds would be insane. This is going to be, though, second Immortal. Ooh, Descolada taking a lot of damage. They did step underneath this fort. Now, forts, we did have a change come into the towers with this most recent patch. The 2 towers on the front gate do not reduce armor, but forts and keeps, only forts and keeps, reduce your armor by 10 up to -20 as Chromie finds 1 more Sandblast into the butt of Raynor, and that will be fort going down. So the trade is going to be a 2 for none, I guess a two kills for a tower, for a fort, excuse me. Just making sure that we're not missing anything. Okay, cool. Bit of a back and forth here, but I don't know. Like, I feel like this could still be anyone's game. I do want to note that Gul'dan has already finished Outgoed Corruption. That is a terrifying thing to have sub 10 minutes into the game. Just this early in general. Diet is very low. Bayo is just doing their best to sustain on this. Descolada is going to be just pushed off the point. Murden comes in here. Shield Glare comes out. That's going to be a Condemned to pull them in. Temporal Loop, do you have an Iron Skin to pull you back? They don't. They're going to go down to break it down. Or Sound Barrier from Lucio wasn't in time, unfortunately. And they end up getting the trade into Ariel. So tank for healer. Vala now coming in, vaulting forward. A lot of burst damage onto this Lucio, who's just trying to boost Dio away but cannot do so, and now we have a healer tank for just a healer. Murden tries to back off and we'll be able to do exactly that, and I think with that double kill in their pocket, they'll be able to hearth back and manage top lane. Now, the thing is, they did get a double kill, but the enemy team is still up in experience, which is unfortunate just because of the fact that they've had consistent rotations, being able to pick up more experience. I'm just trying to find some of that questing talent as well. There we go. Actually, Raynor has one, technically. Whew. Let's do this. There we go. So Immortal Phase coming through, 23 seconds on that. Camp on the right-hand side is going to be down for the next 17, so they could look to burst this down, but I think realistically they just manage bottom lane and get in position for the defenses. Punkrock, oh, Punkrock, Pirate getting sniped by the Raynor, but they also had the setup from the Blessed Shield to make sure they lock them down for a couple extra seconds. That is going to be a big pickup for the members of Cool Cats and Kittens, as they have no worry about any sort of sand being dumped on them as they siege in through bottom lane to open things up. This is going to be the Immortal race starting out, but they're actually forcing them back with this Gul'dan. I didn't actually see the Ragnaros over here as well. They find a lot of damage into Wraithling as well as Rackham. Gonna round the corner. Descolada's gonna have a Condemn to pull them in. They do trigger the camp. Lucio pushing off the wall. There's a Horrify. Didn't connect onto the Vala. That actually might have been what killed Vala, I'm not gonna lie, because there is damage on Horrify. So either Gul'dan got the Fell Flame or what, but they found that last little bit of damage plus the Horrify. They get the kill right there. Temporal Loop coming out from Chromie. They're going to try and steal this back. Sound Barrier used by the Lucio right there is they're going to push off through a couple members, try and push them around. There's going to be the time stop, and that will slow Lucio and speed Rack him up, but Lucio can boostio as well, and they're going to be able to do exactly that. They're going to now try and turn onto Rack, which also having some foggy weather coming in. Blessed Shield was ripped, but I think that was more of a disengaged tool as the Lava Wave comes through top lane to try and push this up in favor for the members of Cool Cats and Kittens, as they do have that camp pushing up there, but unfortunately it was cleared out by the front gate. I think it was targeted by the towers. Crystal Aegis comes through. Desperado will be going down. No sound barrier up and available for them as it was 48 seconds on cooldown. Descolada very low. Did they step a little too far forward right there? Seems like that's going to be the case. They lose 2, and it seems like Immortal Phase going over to the opposing side. Do they try and sneak into the back line here? Raynor does get the stealth. Multi-shot is going to interrupt it. Yeah, look at Beowulf. Beowulf going for it. Will they have enough damage? Will they be able to race this enemy team? They're actually backing off to go for the Ragnaros kill. Temporal Loop comes out. This is just going to be slowing them down. This is such a close race, but Ragnaros will sacrifice themselves, grab the Immortal for the friendly team. Actually, did they even sacrifice themselves? No one else is really chasing here. Gul'dan comes in. Murden. Oh, Horrify was used. Murden had no mana, but still. Chromie going to come up here, maybe looking for a kill onto Beowulf. Doesn't find the damage they're looking for, so now they need to go back into bottom lane to manage this Immortal. Excuse me, need to push in. No, manage it, sorry. I thought I actually misread the Immortal for a hot second right there, but no, the Immortal is still respawning in the middle of the map. Chromie does go into top lane to deal with the camp that's coming on through. Can confirm. Okay, it must have then just been, I either misread it or it was broken on Infernal Shrines when I checked it. Because when I checked it later in Infernal Shrines in the first game of tonight's stream, it wasn't scaling. So maybe the tooltip was wrong, or I honest to God I misread it. I swear that it was wrong. Anyways, even if Rag dies there, it's worth. I agree, Giggle. I absolutely agree with that. The Immortal Phase, the push pressure, the momentum is massive for you, but they don't die. They chase in further. The Immortal's already gone down. Sound Barrier used by the Lucios. They want to get this kill onto the Kira, but they don't find it. Final Strike comes out. They have a stun. So much is used onto them, but they do find the kill in the end. Fog does end right there. Lucio goes down. They get the keep front gate and a lot of damage onto this keep, but no destruction of the structure. Meanwhile, in top lane, Gul'dan's going to throw out a couple Fell Flames to just push up this wave. Unfortunately, the enemy team is going to be too quick in the rotation, will not be able to stop that. Or excuse me, they won't be able, the enemy team will be too quick to stop any sort of damage onto that top lane keep. Words tonight. It varies with level, not time. I know, it's one of those things though. Not sure. We'll see. I'll double check it after stream tonight. Ragnaros looking for a bit of a flank position here. They're going to push in through bottom lane. Time Trap goes out from Chromie. I really wish I could just turn off this symbol in the dead center of my screen, though. That would be a little more convenient, not going to lie. This is just always in my UI. I wish I could turn that off. Or it would just go away. Or it'd be, like, movable or anywhere else on my screen. Sorry, it just... As a caster, this bothers the heck out of me so very much. Just gonna grab themselves the Bruiser camp on the left-hand side. Right side is gonna be down for the next 30 seconds, so I don't think they're gonna grab that during the Immortal Phase. Looks like they're gonna probably just try and play into each other. 16's up on both sides. We're gonna leave these talents up for a little bit. I wanna show you what those are, and then we'll cycle through during this objective phase through some of the other numbers to get an idea of what the damage experience and healing has looked like in the later half of our game. Number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity as they step in. That's gonna be a lot of damage from Chromie coming out as well. Punk Rock Pirate being forced back by the Raynor, but they need to watch themselves so they don't get caught out by the enemy team. Unfortunately, Kira will be the one caught out by that. Lexi Decimal does get the Crystal Aegis, but I think that might have been meant for the Kira. It just didn't make it there in time. Wave in top lane is pushing up. Lexi takes a whole lot of damage. Lucio pushes forward. Damage over time is enough, and Lucio wall rides right out of there. Can they? Actually, they drop the sound barrier. Temporal Loop comes out onto one. They don't find any sort of counter kill with that one. Joanna just looking to poke and pressure in as much as they can. You wouldn't need it if the weather was literally permeated the whole map when it triggers. Oh. Only if it did that. Yeah. If only. I don't know. It's one of those things, like, just give me a hotkey to turn that off. To turn it off, excuse me. Words tonight. Ooh, Lucio. I was waiting to see if they play this aggressive, and this is a bit of a split fight. But they do find the Vol in the end. They do have catapults in top lane, camp in bottom lane, and catapult. What are these catapults hitting for? 285. They're hitting pretty hard right now, as the Immortal phase is looking like it's going to be going over in favor of Cool Cats and Kittens. They're going to look to grab this this Shaman camp over here as well. A lot of damage onto Beowulf, who does... Was there a final strike that came up from Kira? I thought I saw it, but either way, they're going to step in here. Looks like the Shaman camp... I honestly don't know who it went over to. No, it didn't go over to anyone, as the Horfire actually just comes out. They managed to get the camp. Gork finishes out the objective phase, and now camp in top, objective through bottom? Yeah. Wild. Like this early game looked like it was Bloodbath and Beyond really trying to take us to that game number 3, and they had some early game kills. They had some good early game momentum, but ever since that first Immortal phase, everything's just turned on upside down for them, and now they're defending against this enemy team that's stepping towards their core. They will have 20 talent tiers soon. Will they get it during this push is the big question. Temporal Loop. Oh, it actually stops them from the Molten Core, which is probably a 10-second cooldown. Gul'dan throws out a whole lot of damage with the Echoed Corruption. Immortal's now stepping towards core. It does have the a shield, which means it's going to attack from range until it loses said shield. There's going to be the 10-second cooldown. They also do drop the Lava Wave through bottom lane. Ragnaros is going to poke out from that Molten Core form. They did not go... Actually, they went into the double Lava Wave, so they can throw another one on top if they really want to. Fall comes out once again. This is going to be Immortal now stepping into core. No one able to burn that down, and this looks like the members of Cool Cats and Kittens will be taking game number 2 here in our second and final best of 3. GG. Well played. Well, don't go anywhere. We're gonna get a short interview with one of the winning players from the winning team, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, we got one player here. We'll get them here in just a second. We'll show you some of these stats and talents and such. Alrighty, at this time we're going to be joined by the winning captain, Beowulf. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
It was a really good series. So, Cho'Gall, game 1. Pretty comfortable hero. Do you play this a lot, or is this was just you're just like, you know what, we're on Volskaya, this feels good, let's go for it?
No, it's definitely a classic of ours. You didn't get to see our portrait swap. We actually normally do that after winning a Cho'Gall game. We forgot this time, but no, it's definitely a tried and true method for us.
Okay, no, it was just like a really strong game. Like the early game was a Cho'Gall game. Like the early game was a little bit of an awkward, stumbly, and then you hit. When you hit 16 specifically, it was just every single team fight went over to you. Post 20, it was just even more difficult. Moving into Battlefield of Eternity, were you actually thinking about Cho'Galling again? Like, if they didn't ban it out, would you have? I'm curious.
Oh, absolutely. That's
really?
Exactly actually. Last time we played Bloodbath and Beyond, we did the same map sequence. Very similar situation. Cho'Gall in the first game on Volskaya, and we beat them, and they didn't ban Cho'Gall that time, and we beat them with Cho'Gall. So this time, they took the ban, and we weren't able to do a complete mirror of last series, but still pretty good.
I was surprised by it, but it was good overall. The early game for Battlefield of Eternity seemed a little kind of wishy-washy as well. Was it just kind of getting your footing in the door? Was it just hitting a specific talent spike? What was it that really kind of started just turning things around for your team? Because it almost seemed like 7-10 area almost. It was just like that's where you kind of hit the stride, and it was just you didn't lose many fights, or even if you lost fights, you were still taking the massive objective, or you were winning out some way, shape, or form. Can you talk a little bit about that early game struggle? Is that just something that it was their composition? Was it just getting to that point for you?
I think there are a couple of factors. The big one is our mentality and their skill.
Okay.
You know, we came in off a very strong ending to game 1, and we were very hyped. And I think there's a lot of confidence going around, and a lot of feeling like, well, we're just going to go style on them. We were just Cho'Gall, dancing in their backline. And that mentality does not translate because Bloodbath and Beyond are a good team, and they can definitely punish a lot of overconfident plays, which I think we saw happen. So, and like I said, their skill. We're looking at that Chromie and we realize, like, man, that is some terrifying damage, especially when the temporal loop comes in. So,
now, I'm pulling this up just as we're talking about it. Where does this put you all within the playoffs? Because right now I'm looking at Division D West, and you're in second slot. So are you pretty much just like locked in for these playoffs right now?
we are indeed. We I think it was the final. I think we get top 4 go for us.
I think so.
I think that was finalized. Now we're all kind of locked in. There's one last change we can make, and that's what we're pushing for, is we can claim the first seed if we take a 2-0 in our last match later this week. So,
well,
that's our dream.
Who are you going up against, and what night is that on, if people want to find out, like, if they want to watch or something?
That is going to be on Thursday night, I believe, at 8 o'clock. And that one is going to be against our erstwhile foes, the Choo Choo Boys. They are very good. They took the last series we played against them off us. So we're really looking to go into that ready for a fight. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. Over on NyQuil's channel. So,
what time zone do you know by chance?
Pacific, yes.
Pacific. Okay, cool. So there you go. If you want to watch that Thursday, see who shows up, who shows up to take that slot. But either way, no, it was such a fun series. Thank you so much for the games. Before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours, my friend.
Start things off. Shout outs to my team. Awesome work, guys, as always. But really locking it in for this end of the season, and just been great work. Shout outs to all of the Cool Cats and Kittens fans out there. Vidium, if you're out there, love you, homie. Stay strong. And yeah, any potential sponsors, shout out there. Samsung, Monster Energy.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. You have a wonderful night, and we'll see you all Thursday night over on NyQuil's channel.